Well, good morning, everybody. Greetings to you all on this wonderful day. Welcome to our Power Up on this Thursday, and hope our Power Up does find you well. As we're waiting for some of you to get on live, and I know some of you will be watching the recorded version here as well. But want to just kind of say thank you for being in church last night. I had a good group in church last night. A little different. We didn't have the Rock, our children's ministry, because of spring break, but it was great to meet with, have everybody in the auditorium. And be able to study the last remaining verses of Nehemiah. We finished up our study there last night, and we look forward to and praying about a new series, a new study here that we'll probably get into in beginning last week in May, early June, probably, and over the next several weeks. And this is I'm excited about this. Over the next several weeks, we've got several of our men in the church are going to be preaching on Wednesday nights, and look forward to that. And so be in prayer for them as some of our men prepare messages, and as they will be filling the pulpit here on Wednesday nights. And then beginning our summertime, we'll begin another study, another series during the summer there. Look forward to those studies there. Once again, great to be with God's people last night. Now, I want to encourage you, those of you just getting on, hit that share button. Excuse me. Hit that share button so that your friends and followers can jump on and be a part of this Power Up. We're going to be in Job chapter number 41. Job chapter number 41, and in chapter 41, we were introduced to another creature. Yesterday, we were introduced to the creature called Behemoth, and we read about its description yesterday, gave you some thoughts as to what it might be, what some people think it is, and so on. For me personally, as I think of Behemoth and as we read about it, animals that we would be familiar with today, I personally believe that they do not meet the description of Behemoth. I think this is a creature probably that is extinct, and maybe potentially a dinosaur type of creature. But I could be wrong in that. That's just my personal feelings on that, beliefs on that. I personally think it could be a dinosaur type creature. And then looking at Leviathan today, we'll give you some descriptions of that, or we'll read some descriptions of that in just a moment. There's some that believe that Leviathan may be a crocodile. Some would say that it is a whale, and even some a sea serpent is what some people would believe. Others would say that it is a dinosaur type, an aquatic dinosaur type creature, and some even putting that out further, maybe a dragon type creature. Some believe Leviathan to be, and so we'll look at some of the descriptors of that in just a moment. As we consider this, though, and in Job chapter 41, what is the point? What is God's point here in bringing up these creatures, and what is he trying to drive home for Job here? And I think what God is trying to get Job to understand here is the fact that God is wise. He has all knowledge, has all understanding. He is wise in his creation, and we note this, that God is a just God as well. We've noted that over the last several chapters. And I think that God would be also referencing his power in the fact that he would be bringing up to Job that, hey, Job, you cannot stand before these creatures by yourself and hope to be victorious and hope to live. And what God is saying, however, I have created them, I have all power, and I rule over them. And he's calling for Job to just humbly, and then with a great amount of humility, trust God, because God knows all things, and God is before all things, and by him all things consist. And he's trying to teach Job to have complete reliance upon God himself. Okay? Now, we know kind of the reason for it. Now, let's look at this creature, Leviathan, and let's see what it is that how the Bible describes it here. It's important for us to know that the exact identity, although I threw out several things, we just don't know, and we can take some guesses, but we are unsure. But let's look at this. This is kind of interesting. Leviathan. It says, "Canst thou draw out Leviathan with a hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down?" And so this would seem to indicate that it's going to be in the water, drawing it out with a hook, and then also stating that letting a line down into the water. "Canst thou put a hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him as with a bird, or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Lay thine hand upon him. Remember the battle. Do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me?" And so he says, listen, people won't stand before Leviathan. People will not be victorious in trying to hook Leviathan and so on, saying that, man, his skin, canst thou fill his skin with barbed hooks? His skin is not penetrable in regards to with barbed hooks and so on. And then he says, are you going to play with him like a bird? And the answer is no on that. We're not going to play with him like a bird, and not going to mess around with him. There is great fear in regard that Leviathan brings. And then he says, who then is able to stand before me? All right, if mankind is not able to stand before this creature, who will stand before God? Okay, now verse number 11. Who hath prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine. God owns everything. We know that God owns the chorus goes, God owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, the wealth in everybody, and nobody can stand before the Lord. God owns it all. He says, verse number 12, I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can come to him with his double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. And so this is an imposing creature, and a terrible creature, as we read about, with powerful jaws, powerful teeth, are describing this creature here. And there are definitely in our world today some creatures that have strong jaws and strong teeth. And we would note that. And God really is saying, hey, I control all of that. I created all of that. I have all power. Now, verse number 15, we kind of get into more of the description proper of this thing rather than the questions about it. Who can open his mouth? How powerful are his teeth? And so on. Now we get into the full-on description. So let's listen carefully to this. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a close seal. And the scales of this creature, it takes great pride. There's great security and strength in its scales, and very difficult to pierce them. They're so close together. Verse 16, what is so near to another that no air can come between them? Okay, so if air can't come between them, it would be hard to pierce them. They are joined one to another. They stick together that they cannot be sundered. They cannot be broken apart and separated through a spear or hook or whatever it might be. Now get this, by his sneezings, and I sneeze from time to time, but note this. This is kind of interesting. By his sneezing, a light doth shine. What would that mean? And we know that he is a sea-dwelling creature, Leviathan, but his sneezings, a light shines because of it, and that's pretty unique. We see in creatures some of the bioluminescent creatures in the deep, and maybe this is a reference to that. But also, this kind of points out to me, kind of in my mind, as I begin to not to worry about it, but to think about it. Maybe fire coming from its mouth, potentially. And if you've got a light showing up when it sneezes, I would think that that might be a possibility. And it says, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Okay? There are some that would say that this is not literally going to happen, but rather figuratively. And that may be the case, but it's pretty descriptive here. It mentioned when it sneezes, a light being seen, and now you've got burning lamps going out, so it appears that there's fire, and sparks of fire leap out. We know that there are creatures, there is a bug called the bombardier beetle. That in it, as a self-defense mechanism inside its body, it has two chemicals that are separated in two different compartments, but when it seeks to defend itself, it shoots these chemicals out, and it is an exploding type of reaction that happens when these chemicals join together, and so this isn't a strange thing to think that fire can leap out of a creature. And so that's something to consider here. Verse number 20 now. And man, we are already 12 minutes in. I apologize. This is just really exciting to kind of talk about God's creation here. Now, let's continue. Verse number 20. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke, as out of a seething pot or cauldron. His breath kindleth coals, okay? And so him breathing out, whatever he breathes out, can light coals on fire, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. This is pretty descriptive about this creature, I believe. And so to me, this appears to be a fire-breathing creature. In his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. The flakes of his flesh are joined together. They are firm in themselves. They cannot be moved. His heart is as firm as a stone, yet as hard as a piece of the nether millstone. When he raiseth up himself, the mighty are afraid. And so this is an intimidating creature. By reason of breakings, they purify themselves. The sword of him that layeth at him cannot hold, the spear, the dart, nor the habergeon. He esteemeth iron as straw, and brass as rotten wood. So this is a powerful, powerful creature, to where iron is not even safe in its sight. And, we mentioned a few creatures that this could describe, such as the crocodile. I don't think we're talking about the crocodile. Listen, crocodiles or alligators, they're tremendous creatures and amazing creatures. But man, this description, I believe, does not fit that. We know this, the arrow cannot make him flee, verse number 28. Sling stones are turned with him into stubble. Darts are counted as stubble. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear. And so he's not even afraid of mankind, not afraid of the attack of mankind. Sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth sharp pointed things upon the mire. He maketh the deep to boil like a pot. And so this would be the waters he maketh to boil like a pot. He maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. He maketh a path to shine after him. One would think the deep to be hoary. Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. and he beholdeth all high things. He is a king over all the children of pride. What a description of a powerful animal, an animal that is, and a creature that is to be feared, that is to be reverenced, an animal that is not afraid of mankind and is not afraid of mankind's weapons. In fact, laughs off the weapons of mankind. And so this creature, whatever it might be, is a powerful, tremendous, intimidating creature. And this creature, I think, would be one that is a creature that may be extinct, that is no longer in existence. There are people that say that they have seen dinosaur-like creatures in the deep of tremendous size. And I don't want to throw out just like conspiracy type stuff, but the Loch Ness monster people talk about seeing, and I know that when there's maybe pictures, but there's no real proof of Loch Ness, and there's might be some photos that of things that look creature-like, dinosaur-like. But anyway, this creature is tremendously powerful and intimidating, and the reason for God sharing about this creature is showing really Job that he is nothing, and he's showing the fact that God is so powerful to create such a creature. And so to think of this creature, Leviathan, I personally think this is a dinosaur-like, maybe even dragon-like creature that roamed the earth at one time and has disappeared off the face of the earth due to, after the flood, the climate changing after the flood, and so on, and potentially. And know this: we know more about the surface of the moon than we do about the depths of our seas. And so, could there be something? Potentially that has gone into hiding? Sure, as mankind has sent ships out onto the seas, and there's aircraft in the air and different things, maybe these creatures have gone into hiding if they are still around. And the honest truth is, we just do not know. But man, it speaks to God's power. What a tremendous creature to think about. Now, we're going to close here. We are really long today, so we're almost 18 minutes in, so I apologize for the length of it, but there wasn't really any good place to stop there as we read about the description of Leviathan. Now, I want you to, with me if you would, I want to take some suggestions. We're finishing up Job chapter 42, maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. We'll see how tomorrow goes. But if you've got a suggestion of where you'd like to look next in the scriptures and read through, and I'll just do what we did in Job, make some comments as we go throughout reading through the books. I think it's been encouraging and been challenging, but I want to open that up to you. If you've got suggestions about where to go and what to study, please feel free to comment. Feel free to message me. You can message me through text or on my Facebook page. I would love to hear from you about where to go next in the scriptures. Now, let's greet those who are watching live today. Ingrid, good morning to you. Thank you for watching. Love you. Have a great day. Brian and Cindy, good morning to you all. Have a great day. Jody, greetings to you as well. Jean, good morning. Have an awesome day. Cliff and Karen, good morning to you as well. Charlie and Marcia, good morning. Hope you guys are well. And Paula, good morning to you. And it was great to have everybody in the service last night. And then David, good morning to you as well. Be praying about, be thinking about where we can go next in the scriptures, and look forward to hearing from you. Lord bless you all. Have a wonderful day, everybody. We'll touch base once again tomorrow at 8:30. Church ladies, don't forget about that baby shower tomorrow night as well at 6 o'clock. Lord bless you all. Have a great day.